Hi Scorpio, welcome to your reading for January 2023. This is going to be for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You may be intuitively guided to the reading. Welcome and thank you for paying attention to your intuition. I feel like that's coming from your guides. Or you could certainly be in love with a Scorpio. It can be platonic or romantic. I know I have Scorpios I love. My daughter's a Scorpio, October 29th. My brother is November 6th. Sean is a Scorpio, and they just have the most loving hearts. Just the most loving hearts. Yeah. Anyway, so let's go ahead and first let me look. Alright, so your year in review has already been done. So what I would do, you don't have to, but I would definitely, like when you watch this reading, when you have time, maybe the New Year's, when you, like on day one, watch your year in review also and see how they see, what synchronicities you find between them. Yeah. There's also, I've done a ton of readings to help you guys to get ready for the new year. I did a reading for Twin Flames and Soulmates in 2023. What a reading that was. It was just pure love. Excuse me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I was gone for 2 seconds. Got a knock at the door. So anyways, a lot of information that I have, like a lot of readings I did just to help you get ready. I also did a Universal Year 7 for the collective, and I will connect them to the end of the reading for you. And I do them for you. Now, let's get into your reading. A couple things. First of all, we're going to use 4 different decks. We're going to use our Mother Mary for our words of wisdom. This is an oracle deck. I'm going to use the Late Seers Tarot for your main spread. We are definitely going to use our major arcanas to get our bullet points of the reading. I just love adding them in. And then we're going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify. Now, I have to tell you, when I get my decks ready, or anytime I finish a reading, I stop and I clear the energy from my decks. I make sure anything that's in reverse is in the upright. I'm not one of those readers who put reversals in. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just don't do that. I want them to come out naturally. But what was interesting is there was only one card that was actually flipped around in the deck and go in the other direction than all the other cards. And I know I had already, because I used this deck yesterday, so I know that I already had cleared it and made sure every card was in the upright. But anyway, I feel like I had to show you it was the 2 of Cups alone. Now, I am going to put it back in the deck, but I just had to show you that. That could signify potential soulmate, either that you're already with or that's coming into your life. Again, it can be romantic, it can be platonic, but I have a feeling this is going to be more romantic, but we'll see. So, let's go ahead and begin. Let's start with Mother Mary. Again, everything's pre-shuffled, but I do like to shuffle it once or twice with you here. Let's give him a cut. I already know that's your cards. Alright, let's see what we got. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. I am willing to release old resentments so that I may enjoy my life. I am willing to release old resentments so that I may enjoy my life. Forgiveness. Faith. Faith. My granddaughter's name. Interesting, doing a Scorpio reading, and it is my daughter's daughter. My granddaughter. Faith. I have faith in God to heal this situation. Forgiveness and faith. I have trust in God to heal this situation. Okay, we'll read from the end of the book with these two cards. I just love how at the end it just feels like the words just feel so profound each and every time. So that's why I do that. All right, let's go ahead and bring in what I'm calling the majors. And they are only major arcanas. And I use them this way maybe twice a year. But I feel like it's very powerful. So, let's go ahead. Alright, we start with the High Priestess. That's your intuition. You know, the High Priestess is your GPS in this lifetime. Well, hello, Temperance. Okay, so let's talk about Temperance for a second, because first of all, it's a card of Sagittarius, though I don't read these as people. I read them as energy, but to you it may be a Sagittarius, but this is about divine timing. Temperance is a lesson in patience, first and foremost. And it is to allow things to come to full fruition, you know, to allow that apple to be completely ripe before I pluck it from the tree type of thing. And the apple is your seeds, you know, your seeds of intention, your soul seeds of intentions. So this is about patience, number one. But I have a feeling something's coming your way. Faith reminds me of a number 5, like a change, but we'll see. But when Temperance shows up, it just means that she is mixing a divine recipe together for you. She is holding, just realized, 2 cups. I mean, I know she's holding 2 cups, but it's like illuminated to me right now, and I feel like the 2 cups are being illuminated to me because I saw the 2 cups earlier. And I keep saying illuminated, and here's the sun. Here is the illuminator. You know, this is the ruler of Leo, first of all. But this is about living through your inner child, like allowing your inner child to live and explore and experience without fear. You know, doesn't mean that, you know, something might not be fearful, but stepping through that fear anyways. I just feel like if you do that, I feel like the rewards of just that alone are tremendous. Now, I don't mean this for everyone every time. I'm feeling this right now in your reading. So I also feel like, you know, your intuition is important here, right? Because I feel like it's like you're going to feel intuitively when it's time for something. Or you feel intuitively that something's coming toward you. Maybe you don't know what it is. But if it's coming in the light. So, you know, there's nothing to fear here. Quite the opposite. Especially when you have divine Temperance involved. And then the sun, right? This is really complete illumination. Nothing can hide in the sun's energy. And then the High Priestess, your intuition. Learning how to trust your intuition above all. And, you know, then you think about we're moving into the universal year 7, very spiritual time. This is a time where we're going to receive a lot of messages within, you know, like the signs, like we see signs from our guides outerly a lot, but now this year it's really about the messages coming within. So your intuition, allow it to be on fire. I'm just seeing the sun. It's like your intuition's on fire. Temperance says, let go of control of when it must happen, when something must come to you, and instead it's about going with the flow, just knowing that Divine's hand is here. Okay. I am going to, first of all, bring this down. I'm going to slide these off to the side, just so that we have enough room over here. Keeping all of them in mind. Alright, let's go ahead and bring in the Light Seers Tarot, and let's begin the Tarot portion. Let's give them a cut. And I think I'm going to shuffle for your cards. Alright, January 2023. It is the next portal. Alright, with the Nine of Swords. Not a great card, but it is the first card. So that's good news. You know, it's interesting because the Nine of Swords is about excess worry. It's unnecessary worry is what it really is. It's what the meaning is. And the worry, you know, it's about trying not to worry about things that I cannot control anyway. Temperance is here saying, I've got control. You can let go, right? Nine of Swords, what you got to be careful of is if I don't, especially because it's a 9, so I want to reflect upon it. That's what 9 is about, reflection. But the final reflection. I want to look at this and I want to understand it, and I want to know maybe why my head goes there, right? This can be my thought system, like I expect doom. And if I expect doom, therefore I receive doom. So as the first card, I feel like we want to get rid of this energy. And if you notice, there's one white dove that's coming above. I don't know, they look like ravens, but it's like that white dove is trying to like push. I have a feeling it's Temperance, like push those ravens out of the way. You've got to allow it too, though. Alright, let's keep going. I have a feeling we're going to go one by one here. We have the Seven of Cups. Alright, well, it seems like you're trying to make a choice about something. A decision. And you're using your fear-based mind to try to make a choice. Seven of Cups is, you know, it can be chaotic energy. But yet, I have to choose one of these cups. Maybe every time I choose a cup, I feel like I choose the wrong one. Maybe you gotta look at that differently. Maybe each cup taught you something, made you stronger, or at least has the ability to make you stronger. 7. We have the Strength card, another card of Leo. This is about, it's interesting because this is telling you that whatever this worry over here is, and again, it seems to be because I have to, maybe I have to choose. It's funny, it's like, these look like Tibetan singing bowls, and I just talked to my daughter earlier, and she's a Scorpio. And she has my Tibetan singing bowl there, and I said, you should bring it out and use it, so, you know, until you send it to me. And that's what it looks like. They look like Tibetan singing bowls. Interesting. So, Strength card. You know, first of all, it's the number 8. So 8 speak about self. In the Strength card, it's about learning to tame some type of beast within you, right? It's about trying to find that balance between the light and the dark, the masculine and the feminine, you know, and bringing yourself. First of all, I feel like, you know, this forgiveness may be forgiveness for yourself. almost like, damn it, I just kept picking the wrong cup after cup after cup, and you start blaming yourself. And again, I feel like even if you feel like you picked the wrong cup, I still feel like there was something major that at least you had the ability to learn from. Maybe that was part of it. Maybe I've been drawn to the wrong cups. But I gotta know that. If you look at the woman in this card, she's half lion, half human. And it just talks about the strength you gain as you overcome any of these challenges, especially challenges within. You know what I mean? And that can mean anything. It could be drinking. It could be my thought system. It could be, I realize I'm attracted to certain type of energy, and it hasn't served me. So whatever it is, I feel like this is you coming to that realization and understanding that, you're not weaker, you're actually stronger. You just got to know that. I always notice this little lamb here too, and I always feel like I'm as gentle as a lamb, but strong as a lion. Gentle as a lamb, but strong as a lion. Look at this, one by one. We have the King of Wands. Can be a Leo, with all this Leo energy out. Can be in Aries or Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be any of that. We'll see. Let's keep going. Four Swords. It's just amazing how your cards come out one by one. But this is the perfect card to come out right now. The Four Swords. This is healing. This is healing of the body, mind, and soul. But also, there's one extra sword there. And that is of myself. That is me. That is my actions. That is my reactions. It's just knowing myself. And also, I feel like healing all parts of yourself. I love that it's coming under the Nine of Swords, because I feel like, I feel like it gives you the ability to shut down that fear-based mind. It's like your guides are paying attention. Well, hello, Ten of Pentacles. Coming under the Seven of Cups. Interesting. Next to the Four Swords. First of all, I love that because I feel like it is healing over a home also. Interesting. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Under the Strength card. That's interesting. And I'm saying that because, first of all, I feel like there's a healing over a home. But then I also feel like there is this energy of where this Ten of Pentacles has been cut in half to the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles can feel like a tower, right? This is something that happens outside of my control, and there's really not much I can do about it. But I do want you to look at the image because, as she has her head down, right, and probably in a state of worry or what have you, there is a key that is right behind her that unlocks the next door. So for some of you, you could have, you may have had this Ten of Pentacles and something happened and it brought you down to the Five. Nonetheless, the Four of Swords opens the reading. So whatever this energy is, it's the ability to heal it and, again, understand it. It's a Five, so change. Now, I may not have wanted this change, but if I stand up and I see that there's a key right there, and I'm willing to unlock that next door, I have a feeling it's going to be good. So this, again, can bring us back to forgiveness. Something happened outside of your control, and it may have taken a moment or two, first of all, to understand it, and then, because I feel like, how can you heal something if you don't understand it? Maybe I saw something coming, but nonetheless, I didn't really want to accept it at that point. We have the Ten of Swords. Interesting. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. Alright, wow. Okay, this Ten of Swords is mirroring the Four of Swords. Ten of Swords, to me, can be a repeat pattern of doing something over and over again, or being with someone over and over again and expecting things to be different. Maybe they do. Maybe they can be. Because I'm looking at this king. This king is what's producing this Ten of Swords. But this king does have the Strength card also. For some of you, this could be someone who perhaps wants to re-enter your life. And I feel like, first of all, if that's the case, I feel like the first thing it's asking you to do is use your logical mind. Now, healing is here. So there is potential of this healing. Even if this is someone who maybe, created these 10 swords. Though, now I know it. So let's say this person wants to come back into your life. But at one time, they gave you dagger after dagger after dagger. But now I see that. Now I understand it. Maybe I even understand where the daggers were coming from. Interesting. I just saw the number 8 on the Strength card on her arm. The infinity sign. As above, so below. Two of Pentacles. Making a decision. We have the Moon. Card of Pisces, ruler of Cancer. Came in reverse though. The Moon can certainly cast shadows. And those shadows can cause doubt, uncertainty, right? Not all is illuminated. However, the Sun comes out here, right? And it puts the Moon in reverse. So it's like that feeling of anything done in the dark will come to the light. Two of Wands. This is interesting. I'm going to get the last card out for this part of the spread. And then we will get deeper into it. It's interesting though, I see the 10 and then goes down to the 5, then goes back up to the 10. Even though I don't like the 10 of Swords, I am seeing the 10 to the 5 back to the 10 again. I also feel this Two of Wands down here. Look at this. Beautiful. The Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups. You open with the Nine of Swords. You exit with the Nine of Cups. That, to me, is beautiful. How can that be, right? If I'm starting here, listen, you may be in this Nine of Swords right now. This is just giving you a peek of, first of all, that Nine of Swords worry, right? The worry part of it won't serve you, right? And if anything, it's looking at it, knowing it, understanding it, especially if I'm trying to make a decision about something, and I kind of feel like you are, especially with all these twos and then the Seven of Cups. You know, this King of Wands at the end, I don't know why, but I feel like, I don't want to say he's responsible for these 9 swords. And I'm saying that because I almost feel like two people had a part in a situation. I do feel like something happened where you were taken from that 10 of Pentacles to the 5 of Pentacles. Again, that 5 of Pentacles is kind of like a tower moment. Now, then comes that 10 of Swords. But I have to tell you, I feel like, in a way, when I look at this 5 of Pentacles, I feel like here I am. I can go one of two ways. I can, because her head is down, I feel like this 10 of Swords is more in her thoughts. So, I can just, you know, it's almost like like if I'm, let's say I'm entering into a new relationship. Almost like I'm already expecting bad things to happen before, or if they were even going to. Now, if that's the case, that is due to past energy. Probably someone else's, but also we got to look at ourselves in it too. Like, it's important that we look at ourselves within it. Because I feel like this person in the 5 of Swords, she could very easily take this 2 of Wands, which is, to me, a yes, of stepping into the next path. Well, the 9 of Cups is what follows. This is inner harmony, inner joy. This is balance. This is loving yourself, loving your life. Doesn't mean everything's perfect. It's the complete opposite of the 9 of Swords. Then we have the 8 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Wherever I put my focus is what I'm going to grow. 6 of Cups under that. Interesting. Alright, let's bring in the Gilded Tarot and let's get right into this. And I have to say, I feel like if this is someone that maybe you're inviting back into your life, I like that the moon is in reverse, especially with the sun here. Because, and then what follows is that 2 of Wands. And that's looking at things optimistically versus fearfully. Alright, we have Justice. Interesting. Could talk about a divorce. Cutting in ties. Is the card of Libra, by the way. Your neighbor. Maybe I don't want to cut ties. Maybe I'm fearful of cutting those ties. With the moon in the upright. Interesting. It feels like as we open the reading, it's like something is happening that feels confusing, feels difficult. Doesn't have to be as difficult as it feels, yet I do feel it. It's like I'm trying to make a choice in the dark, but I'm not sure why. Like, why in the dark? Well, I feel like it's more your head. You know what I mean? Like, my head's in the dark. Let's keep going. We have the Fool, but it also came in reverse. And I don't really mind that. You know, the Fool is someone who's willing to take a leap of faith. And I almost feel like someone's re-entering your life. And I feel like it's what you want. But yet I also feel fear around it at the same time. What am I holding? The Fool. So the Fool comes in reverse, right? I'm not sure I'm willing to give it a chance, but it's coming over the Strength card. So I almost feel the Fool somewhat like the Hangman. It's not that I don't want, right, to maybe give someone another chance, or maybe it's just someone new, right? It's not, or if it's even a person. What am I holding? The Fool. You know, it might just be taking a chance on you. But I feel like it might have been important for this period of time. And I want to say healing again, but really what I mean, because I do feel like you're healing. I do feel like the mind, the thought system, like you're coming back to you. And I do feel like, you know, like with the Fool in reverse, like normally I'd be like, oh man, they're not willing to take a chance. But yet I don't feel that. I feel like I might be willing to take a chance. But I do feel like if this is talking about, let's just say, a relationship or love or what have you, or partnership or someone new or someone old, first and foremost, I feel like the Strength card is what needed to be, like the Strength card right now feels like the most important card here. Why? Because it's you. And maybe this King also. Again, it doesn't even have to be fire. This would be someone who maybe wants to take some action. Fool's like, wait a minute. Let's just put a pause on that. I'm not saying no, but I'm not saying yes. Judgment. Well, I have to say, I think Judgment came out in everybody's reading, every single reading. And it makes sense because this is your spiritual team. This is going to be all year a very spiritual year. This is a call to the present moment. What does that mean? It means don't live in the past, right? Forgive what you need to forgive. Listen, doesn't mean you have to pick up a telephone and call someone and be like, hey, I forgive you. Just forgive within yourself. And sometimes you gotta You know, it can also be forgiving yourself. Maybe you feel like, oh man, I made a stupid move here, or I keep making the same stupid move. But once you have that realization, I don't think you make that move anymore. I don't want to call it stupid. I feel like you would call it that. Judgment's about a rebirth. In the present moment. Coming right over this king. With the Ace of Wands, came in reverse. But that's okay, because it's coming over the Four of Swords. So it's the healing process. Listen, when I say healing, I don't mean like you crawl in bed and you take 3 weeks off and you do nothing but sleep. I mean, you know, I was going to say great if you can, but no, I don't think that's great. You know, like I'm a Virgo, and I know that, you know, when things are tough for me, I like to isolate, right? I like to be by myself. And I don't know why I'm saying that, other than for a period maybe. But I feel like because Judgment's here, it might be time for action, movement. Like I've hit, like, you know, the Four of Swords to me, again, healing, right? But healing of the mind, that's great news, because we have the Nine of Swords above it, and that is the mind. So I love that. Healing of oneself, understanding oneself, understanding, especially with the heart outside of her body. And then the Ace of Wands, even though it's in reverse, to me, it's just, again, it feels like the Fool. Like I'm just taking a moment. I'm taking a moment. But I feel like it's still something is stirring. Something is stirring. All right, we have the Six of Pentacles. I already know what that is. Well, hello, Ace of Cups. Not surprised to see it at all. Nine of Cups again. I love that, because now we have two Nine of Cups. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles again. Okay, so let me tell you what I feel like this is. First of all, the Six of Pentacles, right off the bat, I felt the energy of, you know, give and take, right? And I feel like maybe one of the things I needed to look at is I have a tendency, and I know you do, I know your hearts, a tendency to give. And even though you want to receive back, maybe you haven't. It hasn't been equal. And I have a feeling it's like time to demand that things be equal, right? Be equal. Now, what's it relating to? Well, the Ace of Cups. So I have a feeling it's love. I feel like two people needed to overcome something. Something that wasn't serving them. Now, maybe it served them in a, like, you know, let's say it's drinking, like, you know, oh, I had fun, but then you wake up next day and it's like, now I have a hangover, and, you know what I mean? It's like, or I couldn't control it. So the Strength card is about something within, and I feel like it's within each of the people here, that they had to figure out how to balance it within them. For some of you, it is your fear-based mind. That's why intuition is here, right? It's saying you don't have to live in that fear, because it can feel extreme. And I have to tell you, the Nine of Swords, if I don't deal with it, it's going to show itself in some way in my body. whether it comes out as depression, high blood pressure, sleepless nights, that type of thing. So I definitely need to look at that. I need to understand it and then let it go. And I feel like once that happens, it switches everything in reverse to the upright. So, I think what you're learning is that you need to be able to receive as much as you give. It needs to be equal. Now, it doesn't mean, let's say this is a relationship that's coming together. It doesn't mean at all times it needs to be even energy. Sometimes one's going to be down and hopefully the other one helps pick them up. That is how it should work. But what I'm feeling is, because we have 2 9 of Cups here, and I feel like the King and you are sharing the Strength card. And this is your reading, and Judgment's coming over this King. So I feel like it's like, I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying I don't know, but I feel like it's each finding, first of all, inner harmony within oneself. But then if I take that 9 of Cups and I add that Ace of Cups, it does turn out to the 10 of Cups. Now, we don't see the 10 of Cups yet. I feel like this is potential. Just keep going. We have the Devil, card of Capricorn. Interesting. And I'm saying interesting because I just know someone who can relate to this as a Capricorn. But what's interesting is the Devil's coming over the Moon. And the Moon is in reverse. So let's just say it's the Devil's energy, which can mean illusionary, which can mean things that tempt you to it. But because the Moon is in reverse, it's like anything that is done in the dark will come to the light. Some of you, though, this is a Capricorn. And I feel like, what do I need to know here about this? I need to know that it's more than okay for me to be able to receive and not just be the giver, right? If this is anything that maybe once was, that may come back together into whatever it may be, first thing I need to know is, if it's not balanced, then it's not for me. Because if I feel like if this isn't balanced, then it's chaotic. Well, hello world. The next chapter. Coming over the 2 of Wands. I like that a lot. Ace of Cups right above it. The Fool above that, though in reverse. The World. And I like that it's coming over the 2 of Wands, because it's like I'm going to take a step into it. I'm just going to see what it feels like. Maybe I'm not going to make a commitment, but I am going to see, I'm going to allow myself to experience what it just feels like. What am I holding? The World. Well, the one thing I like is the Ace of Cups is part of this next chapter. Okay, let's keep going. Well, look at that. Temperance. Again, divine timing. Over these 9 of Cups. You know, it's like your guide just saying, hey, we know, we see, we understand all that's going on in your life, all the hardships, even the joys. We see it all. There is free will, though. So, you know, we can't control others. We can only control ourselves. And maybe that's one of the lessons I've learned. I also feel one of the lessons you learned, again, is, you know, that beautiful art of give and take. I have to allow myself to receive. I can't just be the giver. Wow, I don't feel like that's the energy that's moving forward. I feel, if anything, you know, it's interesting. It's almost like it's saying, like, goodbye 2022, and I cannot wait for 2023. Bring it on. And everything is coming with the next chapter is quite beautiful. The Ace of Cups above it, the 9 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, and now Temperance. Right? Temperance came out in the beginning saying, I've got this. I've got this. Trust in me. Trust in divine timing. You know, it can talk about not trying to push something before it's time. Like allowing, like going with the flow of the energy. I feel like love is going to be entering your life in some form. But before we go, though, let's look at the Fool. Let's look at the Fool. I kind of want to look at this whole line right here. So I'm going to look at the Fool that's in reverse over the Strength card. Then the Ace of Cups. Then the World. Alright, so we have the 9 of Wands. Wow, I don't mind that at all. Because this tells me that you're learning about yourself. That you're learning, you know, this is when the spirit warrior comes out in you. No wonder she's half lion, half woman, right? Gentle as a lamb, strong as a lion, right? The king of the jungle. But I'm still gentle. So it reminds me of the Empress. This is about reflection back also, but it is about looking at all that you have, like, you know, I want to say that you have gained, but I don't mean materially, material-wise. I mean spiritually. Because once you gain certain wisdom, you never lose it. It's yours. Right? This is understanding your past and not allowing it to affect your present or your future. High Priestess again. Wow. Hello, lovers. Interesting. Lovers. Really, it should go like this. So, the Fool. Why is the Fool in reverse? Because I'm reflecting. I'm reflecting upon, you know, I'm looking at my life or my last chapter, let's say, and I'm moving out of that fear-based mind, and I'm going to start looking at myself as the spirit warrior that I really am. I'm going to start understanding that I have so much more control of myself than I thought. That I have gained so much, even if I've lost so much. I've also gained, and in a spiritual way. You know, the 9 of Wands also talks about your responsibility. You know, like my responsibility within certain situations. So, and then I feel like because these are 9s, right, the final reflection. So, we have the 9s and we allow the reflection. I feel like that is going to turn the Fool around. Because now you have the High Priestess. So this is saying, instead of going to that fear-based energy that you would go to your gut. Trust your gut. Trust your gut. Because then look what's comes out, the Lovers. Now, this can be a head over heart decision. That's the meaning of the card. But there's no way there's not chemistry here. There's just no way. And maybe it just needed to come in its due time. You know, maybe I needed to heal some things within me, and maybe whoever this other person is needed to heal some things within them. And it feels like almost doing it simultaneously. Why, now I can't say the word. At the same time. Because of the 2 nines. 9 of Cups, I should say. So this Lovers is part of the next chapter. And so is Divine, Temperance. Divine's hand in all of this. Very, very interesting. Okay, I'm not ready to go yet. So what I want to do is I'm going to follow this line down because I want to know more about this king. Again, this king doesn't have to mean a male. You know what I mean? Because we're all, you know, masculine and feminine. But I kind of do feel like it's a male. Okay. That was interesting how they came out. We're going to come down this line because I feel like 2 people are the 9 of Cups. I feel like it's each, like you with the 9 of Cups and someone else with the 9 of Cups. Look at that, the Sun again. Wow. Oh my God. This is the marriage card. Doesn't have to be marriage, but potentially a commitment. The Page of Pentacles. You know, it's like you have been on this learning trip. A trippy trip, no doubt. But nonetheless, I feel like you've been on this learning expedition. And so is someone else. You know, I don't want to give false hope. That's the one thing I do not want to give is false hope. But I cannot help but think that this is about falling in love in 2023. Now, we're doing January, so I don't know. Does it begin in January? Judgment, right? Present moment. The sun. Everything's going to be illuminated. First, you know, I feel like no wonder the 9 of Swords and the 9 of Wands needed to come out first, right? Because that's the energy that can bring me back to the Ace of Wands in the upright, the Fool in the upright. The Ace of Cups is already in the upright. You know, the Ace of Cups, we have the 4 of Wands right over here now. So, you know, but we have the Ace of Wands in reverse here, mirroring this 4 of Wands. Again, the marriage card or commitment card. But I have to tell you, what I love about the 4 of Wands is just, I'm not kicking, you know, no one's kicking and screaming in this commitment. This is about 2 people who truly want to be together. Like, you know, like, I just kind of feel like they're meant to be together. Made for each other. But first, there definitely seems like there was some work. I hate to use the word work, but this does feel like work. But putting in the work, look at the results that end up coming your way. I mean, hello, 4 of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Lovers. All sitting on the wheel, on the world. The next chapter. You know, the world to me is the most spiritual chapter in one's life. So when the world comes out, that's what I feel. I feel like someone's moving into a very spiritual time within their life. Perfect timing, by the way. I feel like you've just been on a learning expedition, and I feel like you are getting ready to graduate. Like someone is about to hand you a degree, and life looks different after that. Life looks good after that. I'm not going to say perfect, because I don't know anyone who has a perfect life. You know, I don't feel like it happens immediately because of the Fool in reverse and the Ace of Wands in reverse, but they're still here. You know, that's the thing. They are still here. It's almost like when the timing is right, they will turn around. Temperance showing up twice. Divine timing. It's me letting go of control. Maybe it's saying let go of control of how it must look and be, and instead enjoy it. Just enjoy moment by moment by moment, and then see where it goes. I feel like two lives kind of like synchronized, though each has their own individual. You know, it's interesting because each is sharing the Strength card, and each have the Nine of Cups. That is ultimately when I am done with the energy of the Strength card, then I move into the Nine of Cups. Once I've had that deep reflection, probably over love, and maybe even the Six of Pentacles, right? Like, I realize maybe I just give and give and give and give and give. And because I do that, people just naturally take. I think you're turning that around. And you're trying to find more. You're not trying to find. I feel like you are finding real balance in your life now. And it just so happens that the Ace of Cups and the Lovers is here. Look at that. Look at that. I just wanted to look at the bottom of the deck, and when I didn't even pick up the last card. I mean, these cards didn't even come with it. The Hangman. But look at that, the Two of Cups. I just find that fantastic, because it's how we opened up your reading. There it is. I mean, we have shuffled this deck. We have brought out how many cards, and there it still is. Hangman is what's really at the bottom now. It's just a pause in the action. It's like the universe is saying, we're putting a pause to give you the opportunity to examine and heal your past, so that you can be fully present in the here and now and enjoy what feels like blessings coming your way. All right, wow. You know, it's so funny when I do a reading like this, I feel like it's so clear. And then I have to try to figure out how do I title it to get you, and I hate to always put love, 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 love. But I have to tell you, that's what usually brings people to the reading more. And there's a lot of love in here. But this is one of those readings where it's like, I'm really going to have to think about the title so that I can give you those bullet points before you even open the reading. Okay, but anyways, let's read. Forgiveness. I can't believe that Two of Cups was sitting there. I can't believe that. I mean, I can. I just think it's fantastic. I don't know. All right. Out with the old and in with the new is the message contained within this card. If you're feeling like you're stuck in a reoccurring bad dream, the culprit is likely contained within stored unforgiveness. Throughout life, everyone has endured painful experiences. You're not alone. However, you do have a choice as to whether to continue suffering from the after effects of those experiences. Forgiveness is the purifying, detoxifying agent that allows you to move forward in a whole new way. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you're endorsing the negative behavior. It simply means that you're unwilling to store the toxic burden of anger within you. And good for you for making this life-changing decision. After all, your anger only hurts you, not the offending person. So call upon Mother Mary for help in releasing old emotional burdens. Dear Mother Mary, thank you for putting your healing hands upon my heart and mind to draw out the darkness of my judgments, blame, and anger towards others. Please help me, beloved Mother, to see myself and all others as you do and be purified in my perceptions. Wow. All right here. All right, Faith. The question that you're asking involves a situation that is testing your faith. Nonetheless, this card indicates that more faith is needed. Everything will resolve itself in a divinely ordered way over time, even if presently no solutions are in sight. Prayers are often answered in unexpected ways, as will be the case for this situation. Leave it in the hands of God, who, in his infinite wisdom, already knows how to resolve everything. God, Mother Mary, and the angels can see your future, and it is bright. Have faith, dear one, so that you can enjoy each present moment on your pathway to your beautiful tomorrow. Amen. 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 Scorpio, I love this reading. I mean, granted, there are some difficult energies, but I have to tell you, they all seem of the past. Now, it doesn't mean everything's going to be hunky-dory moving forward, but I feel like as you enjoy, just like Mother Mary said, each moment, more will reveal itself. I loved it. I thank you guys. I love you guys. And I will see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.